I really just want help. That's all I wanted. And it seems like I'm just stuck. Hey everyone, I'm struggling. There's no point in giving a proper introduction to this video, but I am struggling and I want to tell you what I'm struggling with, okay? I'm struggling with a lot of things actually, mainly related to diet. Duh. I have got an eating disorder. Duh. But I'm going to explain exactly what those things are. Now, you may have saw my last video and then I had some people commenting saying that I look thinner, that I need to let go of the eating disorder behaviours, blah, 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 blah. Now, like, as you commenting as an outsider and you don't know what I got up to and you don't know what I'm going through, you know, it was quite hurtful to me actually, because you don't know anything about me. You're just assuming that I'm engaging in eating disorder behaviours. Now, the fact is, I'm going to tell you exactly what is happening other than that. My body, although I've come on here and say, yeah, everything is so much better, my body is fucked up. My body is somewhat rejecting a lot of the food that I'm giving it. I did, in one of the comments in my last video, I explained something which is really, most nights, guys, I'm waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, right, in excruciating pain. I've got cramps in my legs and it feels like someone is trying to break my shin bone. That's how bad it is. I am in fetal position on the floor, pretty much screaming, right? And I'm like, what the hell is up with me here? The only time I've ever experienced anything like this before is when I've been dehydrated, which was like way in the past when my eating disorder first began. But now I make sure to drink enough and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Now, obviously, I've spoken to my doctor and dietitian about this, and apparently it's to do with the fact that I'm now taking in a lot more protein from like when I was vegan, and now I'm not vegan and I'm eating so much more protein, and my kidneys are finding that difficult to cope with. And you know, they're working harder, and apparently like all this stuff can cause the cramps in my legs. And I'm not joking, guys, I can't go through this anymore because it's so fucking painful. Like, I've broken bones in my body before, you know, playing football and stuff. This is like another level pain. But I keep on plowing through every day, doing what I'm told, like eating the foods that I've been told to eat that are going to make me better, apparently. And they're making me feel worse. 2 nights ago, I actually woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, I feel really queasy. And then the pain set in with the cramps in my legs, and I just started violently vomiting because of the pain, because of just feeling sick as well. And I actually think that the queasiness was caused by that night I had reheated some chicken, and that's the only thing that was completely different in my diet, and the only thing that I can imagine it was I had sickness, diarrhea, blah 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 blah. Spare you the gory details, but you know, I'm going through stuff like this on a daily basis, and you have no idea how heart-wrenching, how like difficult it is to be pushing so hard, eating all this food, wanting to do so well in my recovery, right? It's difficult enough to actually eat the food and push myself to eat this, but then when the results are that I'm feeling so much worse, I'm looking worse, I look like I've lost weight. I probably fucking have. I've not actually weighed myself in like a week or so. You know, it's so, like, what the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? The last time I saw my dietitian, here's another thing that is really getting to me. The last time I saw my dietitian, she was like, you know, maybe you could go back to eating more vegan food. And I was like, but you've just like pretty much sat and told me for the last like so many weeks that I need to give up veganism, and now it's like, now you're trying to get me to go back that way, and I'm like just so confused. Eating disorders are so confusing anyway. My brain is like mush. My brain is like actual mush. And then I decided to just relax and put my faith in the professionals and do as I was told to do. And now I'm realising that they don't even know. They don't even know, right? They're telling me to do things, and then a few weeks later, telling me to do something completely different, which is pretty much the opposite of what they were telling me to do a couple of weeks before. Now you can understand how frustrating this is for me, how draining it is. You know, I just want to trust someone. I really just want help. That's all I wanted. And it seems like I'm just stuck, you know. I was like, I need to put my faith in the professionals here. And yet now that faith is being really tested and really like, you know, like I'm being shown now that even they don't know what they're talking about in a lot of ways. Don't get me wrong, like my psychologist is really good, you know, talking with her about more the mental aspects of things. I see her every couple of weeks, but other than that, I just feel like I'm just some sort of toy that's being experimented with. And this is my life. This is not an experiment. You know, it's my life, and I'm really, really, really feeling let down. I've been let down like for years by the system. You know, I was chucked in a psychiatric ward. I was refused funding for a specialist eating disorder ward. You know, when I was younger, my parents said, we're not putting her into that psychiatric ward. We want her in a specialist place. And they were the authorities turned round and said to them, we're not giving you that option. It's a psychiatric ward or nothing. And if they had chosen nothing, I would surely have died. You know, I've been let down so often. And then I was chucked in that place and I was kept there for 3 years. And, you know, although it helped me to gain a little bit of weight, just because I had no other option, you know, of course you're going to gain some weight. It never really did help me psychologically that much. And that was proven because 3 years in a place like that and then come out and then relapse back and forth and back and forth. You know, and so now I'm pretty much at this place where I just feel like I'm back where I was before, you know, back at the end of last year, although the only difference is that I did like go through the bulimic episodes and I feel like totally away from that now. That is like, I just feel like I'm totally gone from that. It's like, done that, got the t-shirt, I'm not going back there sort of thing. And that's obviously one positive thing, but apart from that, I feel like I'm back at kind of stage one again, back at the bottom of the barrel, back at the bottom where I need to climb up that fucking dark tunnel, and I can't really see where I'm going. I feel like I'm on my own again. Even although I do have a team, I feel like in a way I'm on my own. And that's a very, very scary thing. I don't know what to eat because although I've said to you guys, yeah, I've got a good team and everything, you know, my psychologist is good, and all this jazz. I just feel like the nutritional side of things, I'm being left to my own devices, which is kind of fucking weird considering it's a eating disorder, you know. So I'm at the stage here, even although I'm asking for help and asking things, right, you know, so we made up a meal plan and now I'm following that, my body's rejecting it, and now it's like, well, maybe just try this, try that, and I'm like, but give me some guidelines, but that's not happening. It's kind of like I'm now just being made to like forge my own sort of thing that works for me, and you know, that's fine for someone who is at a better stage of recovery, but right now I need something like set in stone that I can follow and that I can trust, and I'm not being given that. So now I just feel like I'm here on my own, me with an eating disorder, having had one for 20 years, completely forgotten how to eat or what to eat. And now, you know, I'm just like expected to be able to do that. You know, it's like an impossible task almost. I feel so lost. And that is what I'm struggling with. Obviously, I'm trying to be omnivore. And I've had so many people comment, say, you know, I think she just got the taste for meat back and all this. Do you know, see, to be totally honest with you, you could not be more wrong, because I actually hate eating this way. I hate it from the ethical standpoint, and I hate it even from the taste standpoint, right? I well preferred eating vegan foods. It was way tastier. It made me feel better. I was doing so well last year before, like, just a few things happened in my life and I got stressed. I, like, for the first time started actually gaining some weight, and I was vegan, and I was feeling good, I was looking good, and now I'm just like, I feel like I'm going backwards. And like I say, I'm totally stuck. I'm totally fucking at my wit's end about what to do here. On one hand, I'm like, you know, I could just go back to being vegan, but then I'm like, but all the nutritionists tell me otherwise. They say that you can't go vegan, that it's bad for you, that, you know, and I'm like, right, okay, well, you guys are the experts, so I listen to you, but then when I listen to you, then you don't fucking give me anything to work with, and I feel terrible, and I wake up in the night in fucking excruciating pain, and I get fucking food poisoning, and I get, like, I start to lose weight. What the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? And then I had people in my last video commenting saying, Lauren, there's no way you're eating 2,300 calories. There's no way. You must be kidding yourself. I'm fucking not kidding myself. I am not kidding myself, okay? And I don't know how else to make you believe it rather than bring you into my house and watch me eat the stuff, right? Every single morsel, every single calorie, and then stay with me all day in case I puke it up or I go and run a marathon. How else can I prove that to you? And I don't see why I should. Sorry, this is just a rant at some of you guys, but this is really, it just really, really irks me that I am trying so fucking hard, really, so doing everything I can in my power, and then I've got people doubting me. I should not have to like justify myself, and it's hard enough trying to deal with it myself rather than getting people on the internet making assumptions about what I'm doing. Yeah, so there you go. I think my rant's done now. I think my rant's done. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to fucking just go back onto my vegan lifestyle and try and pick up where I left off in terms of the gaining weight thing. Even that, I just feel I need some guidance with. I don't know whether to try and just trust in the professionals even more, but then there's a potential that that's just going to carry on the way it is. I just don't know what to do. I just fucking don't know. If anyone has any suggestions, like, just please, please, please let me know, because I'm just so frustrated right now, as you can obviously see from this video if you've watched it all the way through. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry that these last few videos have been kind of ranty and kind of poor me sort of thing. It's just not. I just really need to vent my frustration and show you guys stuff. Okay. Talk to you in the next video.